So, how is our body and our body experience connected to intuition? And I say that because intuition can often be something that we leave our body to experience. And so, how is the body connected, and how is it useful to stay connected to the body and deepen the connection to our body in order to deepen our connection to our intuition? Right? In a sense, our body, and I'm just looking at my notes, but our body's connected to our intuition through our experience, through this human experience, and through our instinct, right? And like maybe as a baby, we knew our instinct was to turn towards mother for milk. And that's a very primal instinct, right? Or any bodily function, right? That's hunger, even the urge to defecate, right? The urge to poop is part of our instinct. But intuition is, I would say, more of the felt sense or the emotional or feeling sense, right? Our intuition is when we know that our mother isn't quite present for us, or distracted, or maybe in a postpartum depression, right? That's more intuition as opposed to instinct. So they're connected. And how do we then use this amazing body, right? Even in our culture, we're kind of taught to go up to the head, analyze, reason, understand, comprehend. Like, what is logical, right? But our intuition pulls us towards people, right? Our intuition pulls us, maybe our instinct is an attraction to somebody, but our intuition may know, if we're listening, if we're connected to our feeling body, that person is somebody that feels safe or able to kind of move with us into a collaborative place, into a relational place, into a place of kind of meeting each other or not, right? Seeing how they're different may help us understand how to use our intuition. And intuition, not just because sometimes we get information, right? I can for others, and sometimes it's harder for ourselves. And I'm wondering if that's part of the not having this relationship with our own body, that there's more awareness of others, awareness of it's not quite so personal, right? Awareness of what's happening in them. Maybe even just the awareness of a sadness or awareness of something that's not spoken. So connecting to our own body, I think it's where our power is, right? Because when we're connected to what we feel in our body, again, not just the basic things of how to move our body, but what our body is saying, or what our body is feeling, what our body is experiencing, right? We're often taught even simple things like if we have a pain in our shoulder, the way people come to me and say, I have a bad shoulder, right? That there's something misbehaving in the body, right? That part of tuning into the body or relating to the body or becoming in connection with our body is turning towards whatever sensation that is and getting really curious. What is that? Is it pain? When does that show up? Is it after I do this? After I go to this place that I don't really like? Like, what is the information that I get from it? What is it trying to say? Right? Or it could be, right, that's a deeper exploration, but even things like noticing, oh, my breath gets really shallow, or that's a habit that I have. I remember having that when I was young. Or I tend to hold my breath when I'm doing this. And I may notice this in a movement practice, right? I notice I'm holding my breath when I'm exerting effort. I notice I'm holding my breath when I think I'm doing something wrong. Like starting to bring the pieces of ourselves back together, right? So our emotions, our body experience, our breath, our experience of sensation, that's, ooh, there's a sharpness, or ooh, that felt really delicious, right? That warm breeze across my skin, or the sunlight on my skin, or the cool water of the lake or the ocean, the river. Right? Or the way that, right, the shape of the feet as we walk over a new, like a soft rug, right? Just the squishiness of it, or fresh grass, soft grass or hay, warm sand, right? The experience of our body, the experience of eating and how we respond to food. Like these are all part of getting to know our body. And again, I'm really curious because as I connect to my body, my intuition is deeper, not just for others, but for myself. Knowing when something doesn't feel right. Noticing that my breath is shallow, or that I feel a little nauseous or butterflies, and getting curious, getting really curious, not trying to move into my head to analyze it or say, well, that should be good for you, or that would be good for you. So how do we explore? And what is intuition? Intuition is really an insight, a maybe more expanded way of seeing things, right? That it's almost a bird's eye view, or a more kind of step back view. Maybe there is an awareness of emotion, right? Maybe even like as we see another person, there's an intuition of sadness. Maybe it's the shape of their body, the tone of their voice, the tightness in their jaw. Can we have that with ourselves? And let it guide us, right? Our intuition, our connection to our body, our connection to our breath, these are all our power. We don't have a lot that we take with us when we leave, right? We don't have a lot of power over other people. We don't have a lot of power or control over the bigger picture of life in some sense, right? Our power is really how we move through our life, how we move through the circumstances of our life. Can we step back and see, maybe I'm not trusting here. I feel like I'm not trusting here. How can I soften into trusting? Or what is my sense of where I can find either support or resonance, right? Or standing next to somebody who trusts themselves or trusts me, right? Building that deep connection and faith within ourselves, right? That this is the building block, right? In a sense, we are in a pivotal place in this time of how do we kind of gather ourselves back and find or reclaim the capacities that we have to create, to connect, to heal, to collaborate, to grow, to evolve. It all starts in our human experience. And our human experience is our body. Right? We think of it as the mind over body, but we really are, right, wired. Our sensory wiring is vastly more than output. Just leaving that with you. All right.